Are you considering riding a bird scooter? They're all the rage right now, and with good reason, they're a lot of fun. But before you take one for a spin, you may be wondering just how much they cost. In this video, we'll break down the cost of bird scooters so you can decide if they're the right mode of transportation for you. When it comes to the cost of buying a bird scooter, $1,300 to $2,200 is the average price. You can also buy a used bird scooter for $800 and up. The bird scooters themselves cost around $400, but they require a $19 per month membership fee and can't be ridden in all areas of town. If you want to ride one of these fun, eco-friendly modes of transportation alternatively, you can find other options such as renting a bike or finding an electric scooter. The rentals can cost anywhere from $10 to $30 per hour, and the electric scooters will run you about $1 to $10 per hour. What is a bird scooter? A bird scooter is a thing that you can rent and ride around on. It's like a bike, but it has wheels that go round and round. You might have seen one of these things before. They are all over the place nowadays. You can even buy one if you want. They aren't very expensive. The good thing about these things is that they don't take up any parking space. What factors affect the price of bird scooters, renting and buying? The price of bird scooters can be affected by a variety of factors, including the monthly membership fee, the availability of bird scooters in different areas, the cost of repairs, part replacement costs, and the damage that can occur through normal use of bird vehicle. Let me explain. Let's start with the monthly membership fee. The only way to ride a bird scooter without buying one is by paying an initial fee of $1, then 19 cents per minute after that. This means that you could potentially spend hundreds if not thousands of dollars per year on these things, so keep that in mind when you're deciding how much they are worth it to you. Number 2. The availability of bird scooters in different areas. The price of bird scooters varies from area to area. In some areas, you might be able to find one for as cheap as $8 per hour, while in other parts of the country, it could cost double that. Number 3. The cost of repairs. If you do something to a bird scooter and break it, there's a good chance you'll be looking at a pretty pricey repair bill, and if your bird scooter gets stolen, that's going to cost you too. The last one is part replacement costs. Replacing a part of a bird scooter is definitely an option, but it can get pretty costly. So before you hop on one of these things and start riding around everywhere, make sure you know what to expect. The damage that can occur through normal use of bird vehicle. We've all heard stories about people who went and bought a brand new car, only to burn it down with their cigarette the same day. Well, that sort of thing can happen with a bird scooter too, if you're not careful. Keep in mind that just because you're saving the environment doesn't mean you're not damaging it. How to choose the right bird scooter for your needs. There are 3 types of bird scooters, which are Bird 1 scooter, Bird 2 scooters, and Bird Cruiser. 1. Bird 1 scooter. Widely used. These types of scooters are the most widely used types. They are mainly because of their design and durability. Long battery life and protection. The batteries in the thesis scooters usually last for about an hour or two, but that's plenty of time to go from meeting A to meeting B. Plus, if you run into someone with a Bird 1 scooter, you can offer them a ride if they'd like. Strong durability. The motor in these scooters is pretty strong, and the bodies are usually pretty durable too. We're talking about things that can cruise through any kind of weather or terrain with ease. These birds go hard. It has a robust motor. The motors on these birds can get up to speeds of 20 mph, which is pretty dang quick. 2. Bird 2 scooters. It gives you better control. When it comes to better control, the Bird 2 scooters are definitely a step ahead. The battery life is 50 longer compared to Bird 1's. This makes the Bird 2 scooter one of the best for going for a long ride. It also gives you more time with your loved ones, or better mobility without feeling exhausted fast. Autonomous damage sensors. Having these in place means that you will always be aware of your scooter and its surroundings. Some of them have anti-theft encryption, which means that the scooters come with a lock and key to keep them safe from thieves. This is great since we all know how worrying about what will happen to our cars when we're not around can be. Now imagine that it happens with your scooter. 3. Bird Cruiser. They come with seats. When you're looking for comfort and convenience, Bird electric scooters are the smart choice. They come with seats that allow you to take a break and stretch your legs mid-ride. They have 20-inch wheels. If you want to easily ride uphill, the Bird Cruiser is for you. It features a 20-inch wheel that can tackle even the steepest of hills with ease. What are the pros and cons of owning a bird scooter? When you want to own a bird scooter, it's good to know about the pros and cons of this vehicle. Let's talk about the pros of owning a bird scooter. Speed, these things are built for speed. You can zip across town in no time at all, and you won't have to spend a ton of money on gas. Battery life, these scooters last for such long periods of time because they are powered using batteries rather than gasoline. The charge will typically go for about 15 miles or so before needing to be recharged, meaning you will take much less time finding a plug to recharge it. They are fun to ride, and they give you that feeling of being in the air. Riding them is really smooth and extremely easy, so there aren't any downsides in that respect. They're also normally in good condition when they arrive at your house, so you won't have to worry about any real assembly or anything like that, which can be a hassle. Convenience bird scooters are extremely convenient because they are small and compact, so they're easy to store away. And since it doesn't take long to recharge them, you won't lose too much time out of your day when you ride them. Cost bird scooters are extremely affordable, especially when you compare their cost to other motorcycles. In fact, they're normally even less than a used car. This is because the electric motor in them doesn't have nearly as many parts or use nearly as much gasoline, which makes them cheaper for you to purchase and own. Now let's talk about the cons of owning a bird scooter. Not that available when it comes to availability, the only downside is that it's not as widespread as some other forms of transportation. However, if you live in a big city, then they should be around more often. Safety is not that great. Their safety features are not as good as other forms of transportation, but this is because they are designed for speed instead. But if you keep your eyes open and go slowly, then there shouldn't be any problems. My final thoughts. Owning or renting these scooters is really good. The pros of owning a scooter outweigh the cons by far, so if you're okay with having just one primary mode of transportation for your day-to-day needs, then these are perfect to help you get around. Additionally, they're extremely affordable when you compare them to other forms of transportation in their class.